we're back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. Linda Stevens is here. And again, thanks to McDonald's for our breakfast items today. You found the muffin?
I did.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
You like is it the blueberry muffin?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
It's pretty good. I like the fritter.
It's really good. Don't say pretty good. It's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
There you go.
I took advantage of, I have the app on my phone, and I took advantage of the points and specials, and I had a spicy chicken sandwich.
Ooh.
With a medium fries and a drink, and it was like less money than it would have normally cost if I didn't have the app and the specials on.
Sure.
I like their chicken sandwich. I've had the chicken sandwich from Wendy's. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had the one from Burger King. When I was in, when I went to Berlin to do the game, I stayed in Los Lunas that night, and the only place I could find that didn't have a line back into the street was Burger King. So I was like, okay, I'll try Burger King. And their chicken sandwich is pretty good.
So KFC's got one too, don't they?
Oh, that's a good one too. Yes, that's a very good one. So all of them are good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but they're all just a little bit.
You have to eat your way through spicy chicken sandwiches in town.
That's right.
One time when I moved to Fort Stockton, I went and ate enchiladas every day. Started at one end of the street and worked my way down, looking for the perfect green sauce. Did I find it? No. But
did you find a lot of good green sauces?
Well, yeah. But, you kind of look for what you were used to, and that's not going to happen. Realistically, that can't happen because everybody does something different.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And you get used to whatever, and then it becomes the best again. So, yeah.
Well, you kind of develop your favorite food item at your different favorite restaurants.
Yes, and you become in a rut.
Yes. Now what's funny is Lana, we haven't been able to do this for a while because of COVID, but Lana and I will go out, we'll eat at a restaurant we've never eaten at before, and we'll get the menus. And I'll look across, and something will just jump out and catch my eye.
Okay.
I don't study a whole lot. I just kind of look over the menu. Ooh, that looks good, and I'll order that. Lana studies the menu.
Oh, God.
Reads every item, reads all the details about every item, picks out something that she wants.
Uh-huh.
The food comes, and she'll say, well, I should have ordered what you have. And my thought process on it was just, well, that
take a dart and throw it at it, and whatever sticks, that'll be good.
The name of that item or whatever looks good.
Sure.
And
sure.
And it has to be something I want to eat too. I mean, it
Yeah.
It could be an interesting looking item, but I'm not eating that.
Sometimes, okay, I go to La Fonda.
Mm-hmm.
They always give you a menu.
Right.
It's like, why? I'm looking at it, but there's like 4 or 5 things.
Mm-hmm.
And the waitress comes, well, what would you like? I don't know. Sometimes I just say, surprise me. And she looks mortified, So you have to narrow it down to one of the 5 that you really like.
Or they walk up to you and they go, you want the so-and-so again today? With the unsweet tea?
When you get to, not unsweet, never.
Or whatever tea you like, yeah.
When you get to pay, they just say, see you tomorrow. But I was shooting a bull with one of the girls in there one time, and she was saying, there's a couple that eats there every day, morning and evening. And she says, I know what people are going to eat when they walk in the door, a lot of them, because they have the same thing every time.
Well, maybe that's the food challenge for this week. If you go out to eat,
challenge?
When you go out to eat, order something different from the menu than your normal menu.
Oh my gosh, that could be traumatic. You never know. Well, I think I've told this story. A friend of mine there in Deming, Marion, and I used to go out and eat a lot at noon. She worked, I worked, and it was just
Yeah.
Well, we always went to the Cactus.
Okay.
One day we walked in, our table was already set. Here were our Cokes. They knew we were. Obviously, they saw us walking in front of the windows.
And they had it all ready for you.
We never saw a waitress. Here comes our food. And we said, well, it's a good thing we didn't change our mind today.
Well, maybe that's the food challenge today. Wherever you go, whatever is your favorite restaurant, order something other than the thing that you always order every time you go to that restaurant.
Well,
Try something else
that
on
could
the
cause
menu.
a terrible chain reaction. It could screw up the kitchen and the waitress and it's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? They ordered something different. I don't know how to handle this.
Yeah, well, let's
Yeah.
hope not.
But that would be a good one. Yeah, branch out. You might find something else that you like.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Or
yeah.
you may just be justify the fact that your favorite item is your favorite item, and you're never going to ever try anything else ever
Well,
again.
like I said, I have 4 or 5 that all, between red and green. Quesadillas, tacos rellenos, the green chili cheeseburger is to die for.
That's right. That's right.
So there are a couple of other things, deluxe nachos. Of course, I usually get those to go in the evening or something because I can get like 3 meals out of that. That's huge.
That's right.
But it's so good, so.
Well, let's talk about the yard of the week, and I'm going to put the picture up for those that are watching online, and for those that are listening. Who is the recipient of this week's Artesia Clean and Beautiful Yard of the Week?
Dale and Donna Lehman. Great yard. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have to always, just because you know where something's at and you've been there numerous times, remember the numbers,
Right.
the house numbers, 3708 West Main.
3708 West Main.
Yes,
So
that's
they're-
just
they're-
on the other side of the police department.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But great yard. And like I said, I've been there numerous times, but I had to ferret out information the other day. I said, tell me something, and she's like, why don't I go? Well, when they moved in, of course, it wasn't landscaped per se, obviously. So, but all of the yucca and the greasewood was there, and they worked around it. And I know that greasewood, I've always wanted some in my yard. Well, it does not like to be transplanted from wherever it's growing out in the middle of nowhere. It's very touchy.
Okay.
There was a plant place, a nursery there in Fort Stockton one time, and they had some in little pots. And I was talking to the owner, and she said, no, this is very fortunate to be able to get one to grow in a pot, because she said they just do not like to be transplanted at all. So it seems like that everything they had that was natural grew where it belonged. I mean, they
So they
were
just
able
left
to,
it there?
Yes, and worked around it and added pine trees, and there was a couple of mulberries out there, and then they curbed and fenced areas. And she has they, not she, they have these big wire circles filled with stones, and I asked is there electrical that you've run up, and eventually you'll put, no, she said they're just there. I said, where in the world did you find all? She said, all those rocks came from the property. They just,
Oh, wow.
as they were working, and they would come across, they would pile them up and to do something with them. And they're not sharp, jagged, messy. They're kind of like a river, a round, oval,
Okay.
a smooth type, very light colored, and they look really cool.
Okay.
So there's really not a purpose. They're just architectural. And then they have a lot of old metal pieces of equipment and stuff, and wood pieces set around that really make great architectural enhancements to all of the surroundings.
Yeah.
And then the inside, of course, they've got a lawn in the front and in the back, as well as more borders and curbs and pots and flowers that, attract all those great things that you want. You want all those butterflies. You want those hummingbirds, You want the little moths. You want whatever else loves to come and feast off those blooms. So it's a pretty great yard. For a desert area, it's pretty great.
And I noticed they've got some Halloween or some fall,
Yeah, some
pumpkins and
out
gourds
there.
and stuff like that, which look really nice.
A little
too.
pop of color here and there.
Yeah.
So it is. It's pretty cool. And they have the cedar stakes, the little, almost like Latia's, fencing around the front.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's
So-
pretty great. Dale was unavailable for photos. Some people just, you pull a camera and they go, no,
He was unavailable for
unavailable for photos. And the wind was blowing like a mad thing that day.
Yeah.
So it was difficult to even get the sign. And she's holding it and said her son would erect it when he comes in that evening to eat or whatever.
What's the address again?
God, why?
No,
do you
that's
keep
okay. That's
asking?
okay.
3708. I told you. I remember this thing.
That's okay. We just have.
Yeah, I got it right. 3708 West Main.
This is KSVP Artesia. Linda will be back on the other side of
News this hour.